Welcome to today's short educational podcast on wellness basics. This bite-sized podcast is aimed at creating a brief understanding behind what helps with what, and perhaps to encourage you to either purchase a supplement, eat more of a certain food, or both, and most importantly, to create awareness that you may be deficient and lacking in something particular and can seek further assistance from an expert in the field to best support you back to better health. Today we will discuss diets. Most, if not all of us, have things we could do to improve our diets, and now may be a good time to implement change. If you don't know what changes to make, now is a good opportunity to reflect on this. If you do know what changes to make, how can you overcome your resistance to this change? Very often our food habits reflect emotional issues, so consider emotional components of your life and what are your emotional food triggers. I will offer useful tips on food choices slightly later in this podcast, but remember that diet is as much about what you stop consuming as it is about what you are consuming. In general, it's ideal to avoid too much sugar, anything artificial, and anything that's over-processed. When possible, choose organic foods to avoid poisonous spray residues and genetically modified ingredients. Also consider how you are eating. Are you eating rapidly on the run? Or slowly, with gratitude, paying attention to the flavors of the food and the benefits the nutrients will provide? You may have a strong mental or emotional response to diet, as the body field carries this type of information. This could, for instance, reflect a militant stance on your diet or on diets in general. With this, a belief in how others should eat, perhaps especially someone close to you. While there may be value in your dietary views, this strong positioning may hold stress in your body and may itself cause challenges for you. Another example of the mental or emotional response might be how we view food. Are we scared to eat because of weight issues? Do we have negative views of food because of how our body feels afterward, or because of negative experiences we had during past meal times? Finally, we should remember that sometimes our bodies are simply not recognizing or using the nutrients in our food as well as they should. This can occur because of blocks in the flow of energy and information in the body. Other methods of physical, mental, and emotional cleansing of the body may assist as well: diet and nutrition. Science is continually changing and updating its understanding of how food supports the body. Once upon a time, whole grains were all the rage. Now healthy fats are dominating the nutrition conversation. Friendships can be challenged as committed carnivores and devoted vegans face off at the dinner table. When it comes to food, there is no such thing as the perfect diet. In fact, every body is different. Yours will respond uniquely to the fuel you give it, and it may have different demands depending on what it needs at the time. Every person is different. You come with a unique upbringing and cultural influence that impacts your food choices. In fact, nutrition experts have different views. Some swear by a plant-based diet, while others proclaim that the body thrives on some meat every day. So rather than pointing to a specific diet, I am going to offer the following energy hacks as options that can serve you across a variety of dietary needs and desires. Nutrition energy hacks. Get smart. Start at the top. Invest in your brain health. DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is a long-chain omega-3 fatty acid in the cell membranes of the brain, retina, and nervous system. Adequate levels may reduce the progression of Alzheimer's disease. Fatty fish, particularly salmon and sardines, have traditionally provided the surest source of DHA. Consider supplementing with fish oil if you don't eat fish several times a week. If you are vegan, there are algae-based DHA supplements you can try. Go fish. Humans through the ages evolved near the ocean. This makes our bodies disposed to eating lots of fish. Eating fish twice weekly may reduce the risk of a whole slew of bad stuff, from heart disease, lung cancer, and type 2 diabetes to metabolic disorders, inflammation, and oxidative stress. If you worry about mercury contamination, look to the Monterey Bay Aquarium's recommended list of seafood at seafoodwatch.org. These fish tend to be free of industrial pollutants like mercury and dioxins and contain the highest levels of healthy omega-3 fatty acids. By the way, there's an app for that. Eat designer meat. Cows are designed to eat grass. Pigs are designed to forage. Chickens are meant to get protein from bugs and stuff. Meat from grass-fed animals has a better fatty acid composition and contains more antioxidants. Eating meat from animals grown on a feedlot or in a cage will not fuel your body properly and may hurt your heart. This is what gives meat a bad name. Find a farmer who raises livestock right and get to know her. Crank up the collagen. There is a reason your Jewish grandmother pushed the chicken soup when you were sick. The broth made from chicken bones is a super source of collagen and other bioavailable nutrients, and you don't have to be sick to benefit. Bone broth is an impressive energy booster. It supports healthy skin, hair, nails, teeth, and joints. It may reduce chronic inflammation, improve your sleep, and protect your cells. Bone broth may be made from the bones and skin of fish and pasture-raised chicken, turkey, beef. Those odd parts like knuckles, feet, joints, necks, heads, and tails, like oxtail, produce the richest collagen. Fight back. Many plants defend themselves with anti-nutrients, compounds that protect the plant from enemies like bacteria, molds, pests, and us, to make sure your body can absorb all the nutrition available in a nut, a seed, or meat. You want to prepare it properly. This involves soaking nuts, sprouting seeds, and marinating meats. For example, when you soak almonds and other nuts, you release enzyme inhibitors so your body can digest it fully. Rinse quinoa before cooking to wash off the bitter saponin coating. Marinating meat, particularly pork, in an acidic medium may reduce inflammation and make nutrients more available to the body. More information. Go against the grain. People who eat whole grains may be healthier because they have better lifestyle habits, not because they eat more whole grains. Whole grain cereals by themselves do not lower the levels of inflammatory markers or improve insulin sensitivity. There is more evidence for the health benefits of eating vegetables than for eating cereals. If you long for the comfort of a grain, go for quinoa, millet, amaranth, teff, and buckwheat. They are actually seeds. If you enjoy them at your evening meal, you may sleep better. Fatten up. The much maligned butter and coconut oil are back in the spotlight. It seems unscrupulous marketing and bad science led us to believe that fat makes you fat and hurts your heart. Now we know better. You need to eat some fat with your salad if you want to absorb the fat-soluble nutrients. Fish and fish liver oil will help you get that all-important DHA. Make sure your butter is from grass-fed cows. Cook with avocado oil, which can withstand high heat. Macadamia and hemp oils are loaded with healthful omega-3s. Be picky about your olive oil. Much of it is adulterated or rancid. Find an olive farm you trust or follow Tom Mueller's blog at truthinoliveoil.com. Skip a meal, or 3. Intermittent fasting is an amazing energy booster, and there are lots of ways to try it. Suffering is not required. 1. You can eat normally for 5 days, then for 2, eat very little or nothing. 2. If you eat dinner at 6 and skip breakfast the next day, you will have fasted for 18 hours by the time you eat lunch at noon. 3. You can limit the time you eat to 6 or 8 hours in the day. More information. Drink your dinner. Juicing squeezes all the nutrients from the fruit or vegetable so your body absorbs more of the good stuff. You can quickly consume your daily 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables when it's in juice. And you may be more inclined to vary the vegetables you eat, juicing those you might not normally eat in their whole form. Power up with magnesium. Too little magnesium can really slow you down, making you feel tired and lethargic. A deficiency can also contribute to muscle cramps. More information. Magnesium makes sure calcium gets to your bones where it belongs. Excess calcium from supplements and dairy foods may accumulate in cells, tissues, and organs, a phenomenon called ectopic calcification. In fact, osteoporosis and tooth decay may be a result of too little magnesium and too much calcium. Magnesium deficiencies can result in a range of ailments, from anxiety to thyroid disorders. If you take magnesium at night, you will sleep sweetly. More information. Clean up your coffee. It seems that after oil, coffee is the world's most actively traded commodity. Because there is so much demand for this consumable black gold, producers try to maximize yield with pesticides. You want to purchase a single origin, water-washed coffee that has been grown at high altitudes. Make it organic to sidestep pesticides and mold. A tablespoon each of grass-fed butter and MCT oil or cold-pressed coconut oil will boost the brew with energy and brain power. Give it some soul. Electrolytes are essential in maintaining charge in the body. The main electrolytes in the body are sodium, chloride, potassium, and magnesium. All of these electrolytes become either positively or negatively charged ions when dissolved in the blood and plasma. The presence of these ions has a twofold effect. Firstly, they create a charge on cell membranes, so helping to increase the structured water layer. Secondly, they create structure in the water around them, also increasing the amount of structured water in the cells, and so enhance the energy potential available to the cell. To increase your electrolytes, you can drink salt water. Himalayan sea salt is an electrolyte and contains essential trace minerals. You can also take a salt solution of potassium or magnesium chloride. You can also take 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan or natural sea salt in water first thing in the morning to help balance electrolytes and improve hydration and nerve function. If you have any questions or would like to know more or have something clarified, please contact the Star Freud Wellness Clinic and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Please like and support this podcast by leaving a 5-star review so it can reach as many listeners as possible. I am your host, Star Freudenberg of the Star Freud Wellness Group, consciously empowering your mind and body through wellness.